Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned into Neek at Night. And there has been breaking news in the Shanquella Robinson case. Now, this just in as the family has been advocating right in the White House and trying to get justice for Shanquella. The feds have now came forward and said they will not bring charges to any of the Cabo Six. They said that there was not enough evidence to prove that they had any wrongdoing or anything of the sort. And so it looks as though they will, at the time being, go sky free. Now, the family has taken on the lawyer Ben Crump, and I believe they have a press conference that they will be doing today around, I think, like noon. I'm not sure what time zone, but they should be having a press conference coming up very soon. And I can just imagine that it would go something along the lines of the parents still advocating for justice to have something be done about this. Now, I'm going to play a little news clip of the announcement that they will be no longer pursuing any charges, and then I'll have a chat with you guys after that so you guys can tell me what you think. But this is breaking news. This is just in, and there will be no charges at this time. Now, I don't know if the parents can go to like a higher authority, Supreme Court, higher, than the feds, or what they can do, if they can go and press for Mexico to do something. I'm not really sure. But as of right now, U.S. will not do anything about it. They are not going forward with charges. And from the last time I checked, Mexico had left it in U.S.'s hands. I believe there was some type of handoff where Mexico said, hey, we put the ball in U.S. court and it's up to U.S. That's the last thing that I remember. So I would have to, do a little bit more reading. But as of right now, there will be no charges brought forth. Well, let's get on into the news clipping. Okay, let's get on into the news clipping. I'm sure her mother, her father, her sister, her family, and her friends are devastated that no one will be held responsible. It's just a very unfortunate situation. So let me make this smaller. Let me make this a little bit smaller because this ain't my news clip. All right, and let's get on into this.
Breaking news now at noon, just into the newsroom. Federal prosecutors will not bring charges in the death of Shanquella Robinson. That announcement coming just minutes after federal authorities met with Robinson's family at the Charlotte FBI headquarters.
All right, so I have to pause it just because this isn't my clips. Sorry. So I guess basically they met with the family, broke the news to them, told them, hey, we will not bring charges. And then the news, has spread. Let's play some more, but I just had to, pause it.
A statement from the U.S. Attorney and the FBI. The Fed said there was not enough evidence to bring charges. Robinson died in October last year while on a trip to Mexico with friends. WBTV reporter Brandon Hamilton is at FBI headquarters. You just heard from him minutes ago.
All right. And so I think the person trailing along in the front, that kind of looks like the build of the mother. I've seen enough videos of her. I'm going to guess the person trailing with her head sunk down and her like walking and trailing. I can assume that's the mom, and I can assume that she's devastated that she has been advocating for justice for her daughter, and to hear that not even a manslaughter charge, not even an accidental like equivalent to, a DUI, like a manslaughter type of thing, like a wrongful death, but, still charged type of thing, like nothing, like not even, like nothing, like I know that has to be, devastating.
So he will be at a news conference with Robinson's family set to start at 1:30 this afternoon.
Okay, 1:30.
That news conference will stream live across platforms, WBTV's platforms, including our news app and the WBTV Facebook page.
Okay, it's 10:30 here. Is it 1:30 where they are yet? It's 10:30 here. So is it 1:30 there? What time zone? What time zone are they on? What time zone are they on? They said that they're going to have a press conference at 1:30. Hold on, let me see if they are live. No. It's 1:30. Okay. Okay. They said that they're going to stream it live on their platform too, but I don't. Let me go. Crump. Dang it. Why can't I get it right? Okay, there we go. Okay. Nothing on his page streaming. Y'all let me know if it pops up. In the meantime, are they on Central or Eastern time zone? Those of you in North Carolina, what's time zone is, I believe they're in North Carolina, right? It says, federal prosecutors will not file charges in the death of Shanquella Robinson. They announced in a statement Wednesday, questions about the Charlotte native's death emerged soon after and only intensified after a video surfaced showing Robinson visibly drunk, involved in a fight where she was violently beaten. Soon after that video emerged, Mexican officials said Robinson died of a cracked spine and later brought charges against one of her friends. The United States has not extradited the person charged in Robinson's death. In their statement announcing no U.S. charges, United States Attorney Dina King and the FBI said there was not enough evidence of wrongdoing to issue criminal charges in this case. Based on the results of the autopsy and after a careful deliberation and review of the investigative materials by both U.S. Attorney Office, federal prosecutors informed Ms. Robinson's family today that the available evidence does not support a federal prosecution. Robinson's family met with King and investigators from the FBI late Wednesday morning. The family is expected to hold a conference Wednesday afternoon. The meeting comes after Robinson's family sent a letter to the White House demanding action. Robinson's case was addressed by the White House press secretary days later. Okay. And it says that the story is developing. Let me see if they have anything live. Okay, they just have them walking up. No, they don't. They don't have anything live yet. They don't have anything live. In the meantime, while we wait for their press conference, I'm gonna take some calls. So let me open up the StreamYard link for you guys. Let me open up StreamYard. So that we can get some of you guys' feelings about this, some of you guys' views about this. Let's chat about it. I want to catch their press conference, so I'm going to allow some of you guys to come on to the stream and tell me what your thoughts are about this. Let me paste it in the chat. All right, so the StreamYard link is in the chat. So you guys let me know what you guys are thinking about this breaking news. Now, I was sitting in front of my computer and I was about to talk about the situation in Mexico with the kidnapping and how they just spoke out for the first time today on CNN. And I was going to have a long live about that. But as I was sitting here setting up, this came through. So I'm like, I'm going to talk about this first. We'll talk about the Mexico thing with the kidnapping second. Kiasha? Unmute your mic if it's unmuted. I can't hear you. Hello?
Oh, hey, Neek.
Hey, what are your thoughts on this news?
Basically, it's just like not a surprise. We all know why, or at least the people that know why they're not going hard for this case, as they would if a victim of another complexion, skin tone, or phenotype was. So I'm just saying, I'm not shocked, definitely disappointed. I feel so bad for the family and her actual friends.
So you feel like because she's a darker skinned woman?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, elaborate.
Well, I don't know. I just feel like whenever there's cases overseas that involve people that are not Black going missing or being murdered, I feel like the U.S., I'm not saying 100% that they always like bring those people justice, but they at least try a little harder.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that they try. I mean, to say that there's no evidence when there's a whole video, and not to say that the video is like 100% foolproof, because it is a little blurry, but to say that there's not enough evidence, I just don't buy that.
Okay. You think it's clear evidence that she was she died as a result of the altercation?
Oh, absolutely. The way that they were beating her and the injuries that came back on the autopsy, I just, like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that. Like, even if she didn't die immediately from the injuries, she definitely died as a result of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you think the family will say at the press conference?
They'll probably express how disappointed they are, if not outraged. I wouldn't be surprised if they say the same thing I'm saying about why the government isn't more pressed or more involved or trying even harder.
Hot day for us in Richmond. We go into the mid 80s both today and tomorrow, but there's lots of warm weather across
the sound of their trying to catch their live broadcast. But go ahead.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like, are they going to just come out and say it's because she's a dark-skinned Black? Like, wrong to feel that way, because like I said, I just feel like they didn't try hard enough anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like, did they even get the people? Did they even get the people that were all involved there? Did they even like interrogate them or like try to see whose story matched who? Like, did they even do all that?
I have no clue. I have not heard any type of
because we know who went there,
that they actually brought anybody in. I know that there was a Mexican journalist who was putting out lies and just making up shit, but I don't know that there has been any proof that anybody was actually brought in. I know that they did release statements from the hotel staff, so there was like official statements that I guess different people who was working there made, that, you know, they were around and stuff like that. I have to find it somewhere in my DM, but I do have those. But as far as talking to the actual Cabo 6, like in the United States, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I just feel like if they did, we would have heard more about that. And I feel like that's a crucial step in an investigation, because we all know who went. Like, it's not a matter of, oh, we don't know who went and who was there at the time. We all know who went, and we know that her one friend apparently arrived late and stuff like that. So I just don't understand why they wouldn't have gathered them all up and interrogated them and compared their stories to see who was lying and who was not. And even then, somebody might have broke and confessed, because that happens a lot, especially when you have issues that involve multiple people. Someone ends up dead. Eventually, someone's going to break or take a plea or something like that. So I just don't understand why, if they didn't do that step in the investigation, like, we haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I don't think that they ever brought nobody in for real. Yeah, so
Yeah, that just doesn't make any sense to me. And then that's like that's the bare minimum in an investigation. Like, if you know you got suspects, you bring them in and you interrogate them. That's the bare minimum.
yeah.
So I just don't understand. And we see her being beat in the video, and we hear people in the back recording and making comments, and then we see at least one female. So if we see one female beating on her, actually two join in, right? Didn't somebody else join in or something like that? Didn't she end up getting beat up by two
We
girls?
never saw a second video. We only saw the one. We heard about this alleged video, but we never saw.
Okay. Even without that, we know that she at least got beaten up by one female. So you know how many females went on the trip. You bring them in, you talk to them, you know at least one of them was involved in the actual beating. So I just feel like it's half-assed police work because it's a Black woman. Like, this is nothing new.
Right.
That's just how I feel about it. Like, it's just blatant. It's just blatant.
Yeah, definitely. I'm still trying to look for if there is
yeah. I mean, if if it happened to be an involvement with somebody who was from Mexico, like somebody like assaulted her that was from Mexico, then I could understand why they couldn't go to the interrogation process, because that's basically up to Mexico, because they're not a citizen of the U.S. But all these people involved were U.S. citizens.
Right.
So yeah. I'm just not, yeah.
Yeah, it's a crazy outcome for sure. I'm sure her family is devastated. I keep trying to breeze through social media to see if any news conference has started, but I don't see any at all. I'm on Facebook now.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
I honestly had a feeling this was how it was going to end up when we didn't hear anything for like months after this happened, but I kind of had a feeling. But okay.
All righty. Thank you so much. I'm trying to.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Bye.
All right. You too. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know what's they said it was for 1:30. Hold on, what time zone is? Okay, so it should be 1:44 there. And there is nothing. So I don't know. Let me read some of your comments. Somebody said this didn't happen in the U.S. though, so they aren't obligated to do a separate investigation. Someone said they just live in their wretched lives. Another person says, Google if the United States can charge someone for murder if it occurred in another country. I believe that they can. It just depends on the circumstances. Will the U.S. fulfill the extradition request by Mexico? Well, their feds are saying that they're not going to bring charges, so does not look like the extradition request will be fulfilled. They know what they did. All I can say is pray for them. God's wrath ain't no joke. If Mexico isn't going to bring charges, then the U.S. can't. It didn't happen here. So, no, I don't believe that that's true. If something happens with two people who are U.S. citizens, from my understanding, the U.S. can. It just depends on the situation. There are cases where U.S. citizens have been charged for crimes committed outside of the U.S. But it just depends. But that's all for this video. I will try one more time before I end this video. I'm going to do a separate live about the Mexico kidnapping. And I will, what do you call it? Try to see one more time if they're live. And then we'll go from there. Let me do one more refresh, and then I'm going to be done with this until I get more information from the family. Let me try to refresh this one more time. There was some guy who posted that he would be. Okay, let me see. Let me refresh him. Yeah, still nothing. Let me go back to Ben Crump one more time. Okay, nothing. Okay. I'll keep you guys updated if there is anything else to report on, but you know, that's what it is. I wanted to hear more of y'all thoughts, but since I came back, y'all be so scared to click the link. Or has it been so long since I've been on here, y'all done forgot how to click the link? Like, y'all be so scared to click the link, child. I wanted to hear more of y'all opinions, but y'all scared to click the link. So I'm gonna end this and I'm gonna talk about something else. I'm gonna go live right after this, and we're gonna talk about the situation in Mexico. All right, y'all.